It's finally done. Comic has been disposed of, Baby Bowser brought down to size, and finally, Luigi's been reunited with his brother, and the twins have finally met their parents. But we're not done yet. Welcome back, everyone, to Let's Play Yoshi's Island. In the previous episode, we finally stormed Bowser's castle, braved 4 different routes, and faced a final boss of epic proportions. But what's a good game without a good post-game? And now, time to tackle it. As you can see, first, we have an extra level and a bonus mini-game for World 6, as we finished the first 8 levels with a perfect score. Let's check out that bonus first and foremost, though I bet by process of elimination you can figure out what it is. Where the previous mini-games were flip cards, scratch and match, drawing lots, match cards, and roulette, this one is slot machine. Another chance to earn some extra lives. But this one's slightly more reliable since there is more skill involved than luck. The Shy Guy? Nope. As you can see, it is a little tricky, and I seem to have a habit of missing one of them every time. But there's something a little more interesting that we have yet to show off, and I bet everyone who watched one of my previous episodes is screaming about how I missed it. See? I didn't miss it. I just wanted to wait until the right time. So as we go off to the left here, we see a door that's honestly rather conspicuous if you're looking that way. Through it is the only regular chain chomp in the game. As you can see, he behaves mostly like he does in... Well, that's the one way he doesn't. He likes to lunge at the screen and gnash his teeth. So, how do you defeat this little pain in the insert word here? Well, you can't eat him. Jumping on him only hurts you, so does ground pounding, and eggs don't do anything. And when you try to be smart and ground pound his post, it doesn't have a hitbox. So what do? Well, there's still one thing. You could go into your inventory, and if you use a Cloud Maker or a POW block, there it is. Goodbye! That is the only way to take out that chain chomp, and it's rather out of the box. If you haven't been using those items much anyway. And now we can check out this door. And through here, a little message block with something interesting to say. This is top secret, so listen up. On the level selection screen, hold select and press X, X, Y, B, and A. Let's test that out, shall we? Go into the pause screen and press select while we're here to back up to the level select screen. Now if we hold select and press X, X, Y, B, A, we can now play any of the mini battles that we've been encountering in the levels as many times as we want. And you still get items for beating them, so it's just another way to gain them. And even more interestingly, you can play throwing balloons and the seed spinning contest with a second player instead of just against the computer. This is actually the only way you can play multiplayer in this game, so the fact that it's rather obscure is actually kind of interesting. But the fact that it is there means it's, a cool little extra. And now for the main event. You see me hinting toward those extra stages all this time, saying how I'm going to save them for a later date? Well, now it's time. Oh boy. Prepare yourselves, guys. Here's where things get tough. Our first extra challenge? Poochie ain't stupid. They're busting out the dungeon music for a non-dungeon level for only the second time. You can tell things are getting serious. Let's grab some of these fangs, immediately pop this cloud to get the stars within. And you want to do that right away without moving very much, because if you go just a few steps to the right, the level begins to auto-scroll. Yep, it's another one of those levels. So as we avoid these goddamn bats, soon we'll come across an area that we normally couldn't get past without burning our asses. Cue Poochie. Been a while since we've seen him. Don't get me wrong, this is very tricky, but it's not as tough as a lot of people like to say, because there are some things you can do to make Poochie easier to control. For one, if you ever need to land on him from a high distance, flutter jump a couple times to make sure that he has time to get into position. Second of all, if you ever do want to jump off him, make sure he's in a spot where he can easily get to you. Like say when you need a springboard off a bulletville with a narrow margin of error. Don't worry, that wing cloud only has stars in it. I'll hover a couple times here to give Poochie a chance to get to us. Ooh, that was close. Lava bubble here. This one can be rather a pain because it doesn't jump back into the lava. And as you can see, He does break out into a full sprint still when you face a certain direction, but if you immediately turn around, he stops. Ooh, that was close. Come on, Poochie, this way. And not only that, let's get up here first. If you turn around back and forth repeatedly, you can actually get him to stay put. Thereby making him actually quite a bit easier to control than normal. We'll jump a little here to let us get that flower easily. Easy does it. Don't even bother trying to jump for these eggs. Just use an egg to jump for these coins. Use an egg to peg them. Stay in place here. Duck. Get back up. More stars here. Not going to reach those. So let's... There we go. Grab this last flower. It looks like we're going to have to jump for these. Oh, he's going to have to jump. It's a good thing that Poochie can somehow swim in molten magma. I bet Tap Tap the Red Nose would envy him if he wasn't, you know, dead. But just like that, we've already reached the end of this level. Yes, that's a recurring theme with the extra stages. They're rather short, but they are very, very tough. No bonus. On the other hand, Poochie's gonna follow us. Look at him. 30, 20, 5, 100. I never get tired of saying that. That's one extra stage taken care of. And trust me, if you thought that was hard, you should see some of the later ones. Ooh boy. But now, it's time to play the Mushroom Kingdom's least favorite game show. Hit that switch! But before we hit that switch, let's check out this pipe. Down here on the underside of the mountain, we have a couple winged clouds and a couple crates. And it seems they have a lot of stars in them. And with a little, more destruction caused, we already have the full amount of stars we need. Yeah, if that doesn't say something, about what's up ahead. Yeah. So without further ado, let's do this. This level is all about getting as far as you can while these red blocks are still solid. First of all, you want to hesitate just a little bit to hit the switch because you're going to need the extra time. Land back on the... I didn't get the platform, but this switch respawns luckily, and the platform is right back in place. So let's ride this one. Jump. Hover a little bit, then hit the switch, then land on the red platform. Let's wait for a bit. Grab these red coins. Jump over the spring ball. Get this flower first. And if you do ever happen to run out, you can actually... There's some clever flutter jumping and some good timing. Make it back to the start of the level. Turns out you're not dead if you mess up just once. And when you see that switch falling, you're safe. So now let's do that again. Jump up, take the platform. No need to take our time with this switch since we just got that flower already. Ride this one, follow it. Take the spring ball up. Hit the next switch. Onward this time. You're gonna have to duck under this column you see here. Jump over the piranha plant. Duck. Jump again. Duck. Just barely reach this switch. Up. Hang to the right of this platform because you'll need to get around these blocks. Jump up. And for this last one, we need to wait for this last line of block to disappear. Time it right. And we got it. Yeah, this is the shortest level in the game by far, but man, is it a rush. One quick check. And yes, we're done. And yes, that is a second green Yoshi. Dupless, is that you? $30, $20, $5, $100. I just beat 2 extra stages without dying. How about that? Our bonus challenge is Slot Machine again. Use that for a little redemption. By the way, you can move between the tumblers as you want. It's more personal preference than anything, although they are slightly different in order. Alright, Starman. Can we get this last one? No. Threaded the needle on that one. That's a shame. As you can see, they pull out all of the stops with these extra stages. All the ridiculous challenges they decided were a little too or a lot too hard for the main game, they stuck in these. And yet, we've already cleared a third of them. But next time, brace yourselves, guys. It only gets even more infuriating from here.